Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of HotSeat with PrettyYanny. You already know it's your girl, PrettyYanny. And today, can I get the drum roll? I have a beautiful man. You know when they say beauty with brains, eh? You now add humanitarian to it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Sectra into my hot seat. Baby girl, how are you?
I'm good.
You
Thank you
look
for having
beautiful.
me.
What?
Thank you.
Tell
Thank
us
you so
about
much.
that piece real quick.
Yes, so this is just a two-piece fringe set from ASOS. I love ASOS. They have one-day shipping, so they're my always go-to when I need a good outfit in a pinch. So
I'm about to tap into that.
Okay. No, and it's so good because they have like 1 year shipping for like $30. So it's like 1 year, so it's really good.
I love it. You look so good. How have you been? It's been a minute.
I know. I've been good. Just working hard, trying to maintain my sanity.
I love it.
Working full time.
And you're maintaining beauty too.
Okay, you know, I'm trying.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
For my audience that don't know who you are, please introduce yourself.
Yes. So, hi everyone. My name is Sectra Okundaye. I'm the reigning Miss Supranational Nigeria 2024. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be representing Nigeria at an international competition. So that's really exciting. I'm also a full-time registered nurse, a humanitarian, a philanthropist. I do all the things. I also model. So I do a lot of things. I'm really excited. Yeah.
Okay, full package. Give them this one. The price went up already. How tall are you?
Yeah, so I'm 6 feet without the heels.
Okay, and then with the heels?
So depending on the heels, these ones I think are like 4 inches, so like 6'4". But yeah, I've always been the tallest, even since kindergarten. You know how they used to like line you up by height?
Right.
It would always be like, Sectra, just get to the back and let's just make it easy for everybody.
I was just about to ask you, did you ever get like, when you're walking into the room, did you ever get like that stare? Like, God damn,
I always get stares. People always are like, how tall are you? Like, do you play basketball? I never played basketball. I did play basketball one time, like my sophomore year in high school, but it was not a good experience. I wasn't that good, you know? Yeah, let's not talk about it. But yeah, no, not a sporty girl. So yeah.
All right, so let's get into the actual stuff right now. You are a beauty queen.
Yes.
Now I'm gonna ask you, did the pageant world chose you, or did you chose the pageant world? Let us know.
Yeah, I would say I definitely chose the pageant world. Obviously, being really tall. People always told me I played basketball, but I always watched America's Next Top Model and like Taller Than Tiara. So I was always interested into like beauty and fashion. So I kind of got into pageantry through modeling. I would always be Googling like modeling for kids, like when I was like 12, 13. And I one day got this anonymous letter in the mail that said, hey, you've been invited to attend this open call for a pageant. So I was like, a pageant? Like, what is that? You know? So I went and I just fell in love with it. The girls that were the queens at the time, they were just so poised and so classy. And I was like, I want to be like that. You know, these are my age mates, so I can be like that, you know? And ever since then, it's just been such a whirlwind for me. I've made amazing friends. I've gained so much confidence in myself. I've been able to have so many good public speaking events. So it's just been a win-win for me. And so I definitely chose the pageant world for sure.
I love that. And I'm glad, and I'm sure that you inspire a lot of like girls out there or teenagers or even adults that are actually going into the pageant world as well. And you're doing great at that.
Thank
okay.
you.
Now let's take this moment to actually give your mother
Queen Adesua, like I like to
you
say.
know, Queen Adesua, if you're watching this right now, you know, big ups to you. Let's take this moment to give her a beautiful flowers. You know, she's raised a beauty queen. And a little birdie told me that she's your manager.
She's my momager, is like how I like to call her.
I love that, momager. How has that been? I know it's definitely not easy, but how has she been able to manage you over the years?
Oh my gosh, so without my mom, I literally would not be here. She's the one that's been, she's been my biggest supporter, my biggest like encouragement throughout my pageant journey. So I would not be here without her. She's supported me. She's gone with me to different pageants in Arkansas and and when I went to Nigeria last year, she was there, the only mom, by the way, you know, and it was so inspiring inspiring because it's like that's the type of mom that I want to be for my future children one
Amen
day.
to that.
And just always being there, uplifting them, support whatever dream that I had. If I needed to get my hair done in Texas, she's there
like,
to support. She's like, okay, girl. If I have a photo shoot in Florida, she's
Let's
like, okay,
go.
you know. So she's always there to support me. She always encourages me and uplifts me,
Right.
even when I don't feel good about myself. I've competed in pageants for over a decade, and so I've lost a lot more than I've won. And she's been there to bring me back up when I felt down during those losses, and just reminding me to learn from the situation. You know,
Right.
I'm never a loser. I'm just someone who wins or learns.
course.
And so she really instilled that into me.
Into
And
you.
obviously she's a nurse as well, so she's my
wow.
biggest inspiration to enter the nursing field
Oh,
also.
wow.
So just overall, she's just been my mentor, my momager, like I like to call her,
love it.
and just my biggest inspiration. So
Once again, big
Yeah.
ups to you, Mama. We see you and we love you, and we're
Shout out
giving
to
you
my
your
mom.
flowers right now. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit, right? This is the
Yes.
fun part. You know, I've been showing questions, and I feel like you're already getting hot. So let's bring it down a little
know.
bit. So, what is your favorite food?
oh, so I love all types of food. I'm always willing to try new things. I feel like rice is like the good base for me to go with everything.
Everybody. That's like the quickest thing
It's like
to
the
me.
quickest thing. It's so easy. And then also like I love pepper soup. Like I remember when I was in
Ooh.
Nigeria, that's literally all I would eat because, you know, as pageant girls, we always have to like maintain our figure.
Right.
And I feel like pepper soup is just like a good thing to fill me up. It has,
Right,
you can
the
eat it with goat
proteins,
meat, you can
yeah.
eat it with fish.
Right.
You know, I just love the spices. Like I'm a spice girl. So
I love our Spice Girl. They should remember
So-
to insert that.
yeah, I know. So those are my favorite.
I love it. All right. I know that you love Afrobeats.
Oh my God.
Nobody has to tell me that.
No.
Okay. And I know that I don't want to say you're for the strict. I'm just kidding. But who sang "It Don't Cast"?
It don't cast you.
Hey, it's
The
coming out.
cast.
It's coming out.
And it's so funny because Shali Poppy, obviously, and Odumodu Black. So
Right.
it's so funny because last year when I was in Nigeria, I didn't even know who Shali Poppy was.
Right.
Like I knew his
I remember
songs,
that.
but I didn't know what he looked like.
Right.
So when I saw him, everyone was like, "That's Shali Poppy." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "Okay." And now like he's coming to Boston next week, and
Right. Are
I'm
you
gonna be
going?
there. Oh,
Ah,
are you playing?
I
Yeah.
love it.
Of course, I'm gonna go. And this is because he's from Benin. I'm also from Benin too. So it's just, I just love the culture, and I just feel
Right.
like he's bringing a new, different vibe. Like his album that just came out, I'm
Right.
like, there's so many creative like songs
so
in there
many, yeah.
that people don't even like. I don't feel like they realize the creativity.
Man, because
So
that was gonna lead me into the next question, right? But before I ask that question, right? Rema. I know it's from the same hometown that
Okay.
you're from. You never really talked about your hometown. Share a little bit about that real quick for my viewers.
Yeah, so I'm from Edo State, Benin City. So both my parents are from there also. That's where I was born, but I was raised in the United States.
Yeah.
And so I love being able to like give back to my hometown. When I went back to Nigeria last summer, that's like one of the first stops that I made. We visited Edo Specialist Hospital and, you know, really just helped all of the people. It was like in the maternity ward.
Right.
So giving back to those expecting mothers and also to the nurses there because obviously I'm a nurse here in America, but the
Right.
standards there in Nigeria
It's
are a lot
different,
different, right?
yeah.
So just encouraging them, uplifting them, and also know that they have our support too. So just
love
helping
it.
the people in our community is something
Right.
that's really important to
I
me.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And your love for Rema. Name
Oh, yeah.
one Rema song.
Oh my God!
Yes,
one
let's
Rema
go.
song. Can I just name one,
Just
or should
one.
I name?
Or do you want to sing it?
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh gosh. I have so many, but let me think of a good one that I can actually sing. Is it I'm in love with plenty women.
Hey.
No, my baby, all of that. So no, that song I really love too. Is it? Oh, it's Woman. That's
I
Woman.
believe
Yeah.
so. I don't really know. You can cut that out. Okay. But but moving on, right? I know that, you know, in the pageant world, like you are supposed to maintain poise, right? How do you feel when you go somewhere else and you feel like you want to let loose? Or because you're, you know, you're in this pageant where you feel like, I don't want them to see me this type of way.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
And I love that question because I feel like that's a common misconception within pageantry
Of
is that
course.
everyone's all uppity and all, you know, bougie in a way and they're kind of
Yeah.
like picture perfect.
Right.
But I feel like that's what also helps me to love the Miss Supranational organization as well, is that they really want someone who's a real human being.
Amen.
Who is a realist, is like someone who you can relate to.
Right.
I never want to be the queen that people feel like they can't relate to or connect with or even walk up to. I want to be the girl that's like, oh, okay, she reminds me of me. I want to talk to her. So obviously I'm not going to be like loosey-goosey,
right?
But I'm always going to maintain a piece of who I am and
right.
maintain that realism, because I never want to fake the funk, especially for a title that I have to maintain throughout a year. I don't want to have to.
And you have
like,
all those people looking up to you
exactly,
as well.
And I don't want to be the type of girl that's like, you know, having to fake it for a whole year. That's so hard. So I always try to put myself out there and be as true to who I am as possible, because I never want to get a job that I never really wanted if I'm never going to be able to be myself. You know,
I love it. At the end of the day, people got to remember that you're human too.
Exactly. And you know, I feel like, especially with this Instagram age that we're in, everything looks so perfect. And it's like, that stuff is so fake. Oh my
Can you imagine that?
So I always try to maintain a certain level of realism, for sure.
Right. Okay, so my next question for you, did you ever envision yourself being here today?
Oh, wow. No, absolutely not. Like I said, when I was younger, I've always been tall. So my height was kind of like a see my height before you see me. So that was the first thing that people really noticed. And I got bullied a lot for it.
I was going to say that too. Were
you
ever bullied for
I
that?
was bullied a lot for it too.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So I feel, you know, like kids are mean when you're younger. So it's like, now that I think of it, it's like, I can't believe I let little kids like
do that to me.
affect my self-esteem, you know, and make me feel like I wasn't pretty or I wasn't like intelligent enough and all these things. So because of that, I didn't really have a lot of self-esteem, and I felt like pageantry kind of helped me develop the person that I am today. So I feel like if it wasn't for pageantry and the experiences that I've had, I definitely wouldn't have been here today. And I never really envisioned it. It's just kind of progressed throughout my life, and I've been able to, you know, upgrade the way that I think and change my perspective on different things. So I feel like because of that, that's why I'm the way I am today.
I love it.
On this episode of Hot Seat with PrettyYanny, I just want to say a big thank you and a big shout out to Angels Touch World. It's a non-profit with a mission to support orphans in Nigeria by raising funds and awareness. In order to support, please reach out to Sectra Sede, who is the founder. Definitely tap in.
You recently contested for Miss Supranational Nigeria. 2023, if I'm not mistaken, and you won in September of 2023.
Yes.
How was that experience like? Tell us about it.
So it was really interesting because I've done pageants here in the United States for a while, but never in Nigeria. So I was really looking forward to it, to like making new friends that I could connect with, especially when I go back to Nigeria. So that was one of my biggest takeaways, is really making friends, and I made so many, and I can't wait to go back so I can see them. But it was really fun. We were there for about 2 weeks in camp, and it was amazing. The production, Silverbird team, that is the team that covers Miss Universe Nigeria and Miss Supranational, they're amazing. The whole staff was fantastic, and honestly, I really loved it because obviously we're all Nigerian, so we get to relate, and it's like all black girls, so that was really cool too.
Yeah, that's different.
And it was just amazing, and I'm so glad that the judges saw enough in me to feel like I was confident and prepared enough to represent Nigeria at the international competition, because I've done only national, state, and local pageants, but this is the first international competition. So I'm really excited, and I just can't wait to see what happens.
I love it. And with that being said, I know that you are on your way to go contest for Miss Supranational, but you will be representing Nigeria. How do you feel about that? What should we be expecting from you? I know you're about to, you know, shut it down, but tell us.
Honestly, I'm expecting a lot. The whole Miss Supranational organization, they're totally phenomenal. They are in contact with us all the time. They're always keeping up to date, and we have a WhatsApp group, so that's where a lot of the information is, and they're really relating to us and making sure that we feel good and prepared going into it. And so they have a lot of different events and different things that we're gonna take place in.
Right.
So for me personally, I'm gonna go back to Nigeria and really just try to help the community. I feel like that's my biggest part of my brand is philanthropy.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that I do that when I go there.
Right.
And obviously preparing for the actual competition. So there's different phases. There's
Right.
swimsuit, there's evening gown, there's a talent show.
Ah.
So really just preparing myself for that
all
and
that.
the mental preparation too,
You
because
know?
all these girls are so beautiful, they're so talented, and it's like you have to maintain a certain level of self-esteem and confidence. And I feel like that's built through preparation. So that's what I'm
yeah.
trying to do right now.
Right, and you touch base on the mental aspect of things, which was interesting because I was definitely going to ask you a question in regards to that.
Yeah.
I know that people shy away from the mental health talk. And of course, I mean, we're blessed to be in this country that actually cares about, you know, not just the women's mental health, but also like everyone's mental health.
Right.
You juggling being a nurse, being a philanthropist, being an humanitarian, pageantry world, you know, how does that make you feel and how do you cope mentally?
Yeah, that's such a good question. Thank you for asking, because I do struggle with my own mental health every day, and I feel like that's important for people to know, because they might see me, they think I have it all together and all this stuff, but no, there are days that I'm like, no, I can't post on Instagram, I just need to focus on me right now, because you know, there's just so much going on, and I feel like one thing that we forget to do, we're in this age and this day and age where everyone's trying to get to the bag, everyone's trying to level themselves up, you know?
Talk about
but
it.
It's like, then yeah. But then it's like we're losing sleep, we're losing our focus, and it's because we're focused on so many things at once. It's like sometimes you just have to focus at one thing, and sometimes that's your mental health.
Right.
And I always make sure to take a mental health break because I already work Monday through Friday, and this job is a 24-hour job.
Right.
So I have to take my breaks, and I schedule them in. I actually have like a physical planner that I write things down because it's just therapeutic for me.
Right.
So finding things that are therapeutic for you and anybody that's watching is really important, because those are the ways that you're going to be able to de-stress and, you know, desensitize yourself to all these crazy things that are going on right now.
So what do you do for fun?
Oh, so right now I'm really loving Pilates. It's been my favorite thing because I do lift a lot of weights in the gym, but Pilates is more of like a body weight type of thing, and it's more relaxing to me. I also get my weekly massages.
Oh, I love that.
Because I go through a lot of stress, you know, at work, and it's like I hate the physical toll it takes to my body. So
and the mental
massages,
toll too.
yeah, exactly, and the mental toll, okay?
That one?
Exactly. But then it's like the massages help the physical and the mental. So I feel like that's like my favorite thing. Like if I don't do anything else, I must get a massage. Because it just helps me with like the blood flow and everything. So those are my favorite.
Love it, love it, love it. All right. So I know that you do have the ABC, couple of organizations. One of them, the ABC Health, and then the other one is the Angels Touch Word.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell us about it. You can start with the ABC Health, whichever one you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Let's go from there.
So I'll start off with Angels Touch World.
Okay.
So I created that when I was 15, and it really helps to raise awareness and funds for orphans in Nigeria. And I specifically wanted to focus on orphans because I feel like they're one of our most vulnerable populations in the entire globe, and especially in Nigeria. And so anytime I would see children like hawking on the street or like begging for stuff, it just always pulled at my heartstrings. And for the longest time, I wanted to be a pediatrician, but then when I actually got into the medical field, I was like, I cannot watch kids like suffer, you know? So that's kind of why I steered away from that. But being able to help them in a philanthropy sense and like just encouraging them and just being there for them whenever I'm in Nigeria is something that's really important to me. So I continue to do that on a yearly basis. And then in 2022, I created ABC Health, which stands for All Bases Covered Health. So we focus on 5 key components of health, mental, emotional, physical, nutritional, and social.
Love it.
And so I created 4 different age-specific workbooks from ages 5 all the way up to adulthood, so that people can learn about the basics of those categories of health. And obviously, depending on what age workbook that you get, it'll determine like what's in the workbook. I know for the 21 plus one, we talk more about like sexual health and making sure that we're maintaining ourselves in that sense, because, you know, obviously a lot of people are engaging in those activities. So just different aspects of health, especially as a nurse, I see firsthand people don't really even know where to start. So it's kind of like a starter kit for them.
Yeah. Oh, that is beautiful. And that's a great thing. And if people wanted to, let's say, donate, do you want to like just tell us where people can find that link?
Yeah, so we have our website, abchealth.info.org. So there's a donate link there if anyone wants to donate to our organization, and ABC Health, and Angels Touch World as well. We have a donation link on our website as well. So anyone can visit, and also the workbooks are online too. So anyone all over the world can have access to them. So that's the cool thing about it too.
I love it. I love it. All right. So I think I got like what, 2 more questions for you? Or 3 more?
Okay, we're gonna keep them coming.
I must have asked you this already or not, but have you ever had moments where you doubted yourself?
Plenty. Plenty. And let me tell you, like I said, struggling with confidence was like my biggest thing, because I was like, I'm the oldest daughter too. So there was a lot of pressure on me growing up. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to live up to everyone's expectations. And so that was a huge a turning point for me, is kind of realizing, you know what, I have to focus on myself and not really try to live up to everyone else's expectations. So moments of doubt have definitely creeped up. One in particular, when I graduated nursing school, before you become a nurse, you have to take what we call the NCLEX. And that test is so hard. I was like, okay, but it's like, nursing school is the hard part. So I was like, okay, taking the NCLEX, it should be a breeze, right? So I took it the first time and I failed. And I was like, oh my God, am I not smart enough? Am I not ready to be a nurse? All these thoughts of doubt, right? It creeped up into my head, and I was just so sad and down. And I had to remember, you know what? I already completed nursing school.
Right, which is the good part.
Which is the good part.
There's no more sleepless nights.
Exactly. So it's like, I just have to focus on this one thing. So I kind of just changed my perspective and really thought about the positives that would come out after the testimony that I would be able to speak about once I do pass. And so I just changed my mindset, like I said, and was able to eventually pass, and now I'm a registered nurse 2 years later. So obviously that's amazing. But I feel like that's the thing to remember in those moments of doubt, is to really pick yourself up and really think about what's to come if you actually continue. A lot of times we're like right there, and it's like, oh, this is so hard, and we just turn back. But instead of just keep going, it's okay to fail. That's where you learn the most. And so that's the one thing that I like to promote on my platform, is to just continue to keep striving even when we do have those downfalls.
Continue to keep striving even when you have those downfalls.
On this episode of Hot Seat with PrettyYanny, I just want to say a big thank you and shout out to ABC Health, which stands for All Bases Covered Health. It's a set of workbook that caters to everyone from 5-year-olds to adults. It's about covering all bases of health: mental, emotional, physical, nutritional, and social. For more information, please tap in by going on to abchealthinfo.org or contact Sectra. Definitely tap in.
Rich, I love it. Okay. So I think at this time I need to give you your own flowers.
Thank you.
And just tell you congratulations on everything that you've achieved so far. I know for a fact that there are girls out there that are looking up to you, as I once stated, and you inspire lots and lots of people out there. Now, I know that you've won a whole lot of like pageant titles, and you've won a whole lot of publications when it comes to like modeling, right? What is one, let's say maybe you can pick from the publications or probably the pageantry, which one stood out the most to you?
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Don't tell me everyone stood out to you.
I know, right? It's so hard to choose, but I feel like the first title that I won, which was National American Miss Massachusetts Teen 2014, that was 10 years ago. Which is,
time flies.
I can't believe that was 10 years ago. Oh,
You're
my
a
goodness.
woman now. What?
Now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, wow, 2014. Yeah, that was the first title that I ever won. And oh my gosh, I can still feel the chills from that day, because so in pageantry you have different divisions, and so for 3 years, from 2011 to 2013, I was in the junior teen division, and I was always getting like first runner-up, second runner-up. I was like, oh my gosh. And then 2014 I had entered the teen division. I was one of the youngest teens. I was like 16.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna win this. Like, all the girls from last year are here. Like, I'm not gonna win, I'm not gonna win.
That's you doubting.
Exactly, right? And I remember that first day I cried to my mom. I opened the program book with all the girls. I was like, I'm not gonna win. I was like, why are you crying? I was like, I'm not gonna win. It was like just started.
Right.
And so I was like so doubtful the entire week, and they had called the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st runner up, and I was still standing with the other girls. So I was
like, what's going on?
And I was looking to the girl to my right, and I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be you, it's gonna be you. I literally was like, okay, you're gonna win. And then they called me, and I was like, and I dropped to the floor. It's literally on YouTube. You can literally look it up. Literally, I dropped to the floor because I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
There's
this is
no
crazy,
way.
you know? And so I feel like that first title, it was like the starting point to everywhere,
and it
to
did
this,
something
you know?
to you, right?
Absolutely, because it changed my mindset to think, okay, why am I doubting myself? Like, other people can see good things in me. How can I not see that in myself?
Yes.
And I feel like that was really the turning point for me. So yeah, that first title in 2014, which is crazy, it's 10 years ago, but yeah.
I love it. I love it. And that's a great story.
Yeah.
Now that brings me into some challenges that you might have faced in the pageant world.
Yeah.
Tell us one.
Oh.
Just one.
I know. Okay.
It could be a good one. You know what I mean? It could be a bad one.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've never fell on the stage, right?
Oh my gosh. So actually, I was going to tell you about the time that I was about to give, we had different optional competitions. So spokesmodel was an optional competition. So I was about to give a speech. So what you do is you come out into the middle of the curtain and you just pose, you know. So I posed, and there was a little tiny hole, and my heel got stuck in that hole. And so when I went to walk towards the podium, my shoe came off. And so here I am in the middle, center of the curtain, fidgeting with my shoe. And obviously I want to run off stage. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Where do I go
but
from
I had
here?
to just continue because the show never ends. You have to continue. Like Beyonce's fallen on stage. So many people have fallen on stage, but guess what? They're so successful. So, and it was so crazy because I ended up winning.
Wow, would you look
the
at that?
spokesmodel competition. So it's just a testimony to say like, you know what, just keep going. And I feel like that's been like the mantra of my life, is just to continue to persevere even when you're in those challenges. So yeah, that middle shoe, I will literally never forget. Like,
and that's something that will stick with you for the rest of your life. But Sectra, I must say that you are doing great, okay?
Thank you.
You're doing great, and continue to keep, being great. I believe that's the way to
Thank
just
you
put
so
it.
much. Yeah.
Now my last question. If there was one thing that you would say to your younger self, what would that be?
Oh, girl. I feel like it just goes with everything that I've been saying, is just to honestly like have blinders on and not think about other people's opinions and their comments, especially because, I mean, back then when I was younger, we didn't really, like, social media wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Yes.
But I know like the people that I surrounded myself with sometimes didn't encourage me or made me feel like I wasn't good enough. So just surrounding myself with positive people and to not think about the naysayers, because a lot of times when I was younger, that kind of stopped me from doing things because I felt like, oh, this person said I'm not going to be good enough, so why should I try? And that's such a horrible way to think. So I would just say to my younger self and to any other young girls listening is to just keep going and to never back down to a challenge just because of other people's opinions. So those are definitely the things that I would tell my younger self.
And you saying what you said now also kind of made me want to just chip this in. Of course, we're from a Nigerian home. And when it comes to a part of the pageant where you guys have to wear the swimsuit,
yes.
What are some comments that you might have heard when it comes to that? And what would you like to say? A parent could be watching this, and I'm talking about, African parents could be watching this. What would you like to say to them to encourage them to, if their children are trying to pursue this pageant, I definitely was once, and I definitely got that. So, if they want to do this, what would you like to say to them to encourage their children?
So first, to any African parents, to any parents that's watching, is to definitely support your children. If your children want to do something positive, obviously, you should support them, because, and also learn about what they actually want to do. Because yes, you hear pageantry, but do you actually know what that is? A lot of people don't know
Right.
what pageantry is. They just think, oh, you're a pretty girl, you know, you're beautiful, and that's it. And it's like, no.
There's more to it.
Way more to it. And it's, especially at a younger age, there's so many different types of pageants. There's obviously the glitz pageants like Toddlers and Tiaras where they're
Right.
wearing all this makeup, but then there's natural pageants where it's like 4-year-olds are giving speeches in front of millions of people. It's like, that's something I would want my child to be able to do, to be able
Right.
to articulate themselves in a way that's like presentable.
Right.
So learning about those things is really important because a lot of people, especially, and thank God for my mom because she was my biggest like supporter. And it's like a lot of people didn't understand why I was doing it. Why are you
Right.
letting your daughter parade around in makeup and a dress and all these things? And it's like, do you understand the skills that she's gaining from this?
Yes.
The networking, the doors that are opening from this. So I think it's important to actually learn about what your children want to do, especially
Right.
in the world of pageantry. It's not
Right.
just about wearing a swimsuit, it's about maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Because you don't have to be a stick figure. There's so many girls that have maybe a thicker figure, but they're still fit. And so it's about maintaining that fitness and promoting that. And I think that's important for people to know as well. So
Love
yeah.
it. Wow, look at you. It was great tapping in with you,
Yes,
Sectra. And before we head out, just for my audience, for my viewers, for the fans out there, let them know where can they contact you, your social media page, anything. And say anything you want to say to your peoples out there, your fans out there, your pageant sisters out there, you know, you have the floor. Take
Yes. So to anybody that's watching, you can find me on Instagram at Sectra Sede, SECTRA SEDE on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the
TikTok?
social medias, TikTok, everything. If you just put in my name, you'll find me. And also I have a website, setraokundaye.com, so you can keep up with all my posts there. And one message I want to just leave with all of you is to just keep going. I know I've said that so many times throughout this interview, but that's really what it is because you learn from even failure. There's no such thing as failure, really. It's either you win or you learn. So what do you want to do? Do you want to win today? Do you want to learn? Just go after it because you never know what you can get out of it. So making sure that you do that and keep up with me because I have a lot more to share before Miss Supranational.
I love it. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, from the most beautiful, the most intelligent, the humanitarian, our Miss Supranational, repping Nigeria, Sectra. And I remain your humble host, PrettyYanny. Thank you so much. Peace out.